Okay, so now I have a live stream. Hopefully, um, I have sound. So whoever's here, if you could just type in the chat and let me know if you can hear me. Was having technical difficulties, had to restart today. So can you hear me? I'm hesitant to keep going if you can't. Yay! Okay. Good to know. All right. Now I picked my microphone that doesn't have a clip. So now we're going to see. I know they can be active at the same time. Can you still hear me? Can you hear me from this microphone? I haven't turned the other one off just in case. But can you still hear me, Snea? Okay. All right. You know what? I'm just going to leave both microphones on because I'm so paranoid about turning one off and it starting the process over. But oh well, yay! Getting started a few minutes late, but better than not being able to connect today. So thanks for helping me, both in letting me know that I was putting on a silent show and sticking around so that we could connect afterwards. I got that figured out. Okay, so if this is your first time, hi. I'm gonna kind of skip the longer explanation. Essentially, what we do here is EFT, which stands for Emotional Freedom Technique, tapping. I don't explain how it works. We just do it together. It's very simple. You'll catch on if you're not quite sure what it is yet. If you want to participate, you can drop things in the chat. If you don't want to speak something, there's no problem. You'll still be able to get a really good experience. What EFT is great for is overwhelm and trauma release, whether it's current, past, or present concerns. So, um, thank you so much for being here. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm sorry that your comments that you've already put in, now you'll have to rewrite because we had to start a new live. But I'm so grateful that we get to connect. So I'll give you a moment to get those in. I hope that you've had a fantastic week. I know that there's been a lot of concerns. There's a lot of fires happening right now, at least around the United States. I don't watch the news very much. It's too hard for me. I spiral really, really, really fast and really hard. So if there's a heightened sense of concern or anxiety just surrounding anything, a broader topic, I know we focus a lot on inner emotions, but if there's something outwards as well, we can absolutely do that. And the once a month tap, the community tap that also happens with EFT Universe, I know their focus has been the fires that happened on Maui. So if you didn't get that, there's a recording of it. If you weren't able to attend live, you can send an email into customer service at eftuniverse.com and they'll be able to give you that link if you'd like to have it to tap along with. Okay. All right. I am going to take us through a grounding exercise and then we'll get started right into the tapping. So let's go ahead and take a breath in together and out. When you breathe out, let your body relax forward. We're working to send the signal to our brains that right now it's okay to calm down and be present. Let's do another breath. Very nice. Okay, and we're going to call attention to different parts of our body. Just thinking about them, you don't have to verify where they are. This is just to bring your awareness back into your body in a very gentle way. So I want you to think about where in space the top of your head is. Where is the top of your head right now? Can you feel it? Feel where your head is right now in space and find the top of it. Remember to breathe. And where in space right now is your jaw? Where is your jaw? Is it relaxed? Would it feel better if you relaxed it a little bit more? Maybe if you wiggle it, does it need to wiggle? Where is your jaw right now in space? How about the backs of your ears? Where's that space behind your ears right now? Remember to breathe. How about your spine? All the way from the top of the back of your skull, down your neck, down between your shoulders, down your ribs, down your waist, down into your hips. Where is your spine? How about the backs of your legs? Your hamstrings, your calves, the back of your knee joint. Where are the backs of your legs right now? How about your heel? Where are your heels right now? And finally, where's the bottom of your feet? Feel where the bottoms of your feet are right now. Breath. Okay, I take just a moment to set an intention. Our time together here today. I'm going to try to not bump the microphone. And I want to set the intention that even though we are all over the world having different experiences, that we are gathered together right now as a community. And as a community, we have real value and we have real strength. It matters that you're here. It matters that you're present and your energy is connected and you are offered support. You are offered love and acceptance here. And it is my intention to offer you that validation and a space for you to find what it is that you're looking for, whether it's comfort, reliefs, maybe just some dissociative time in a safe place, that by the end of this time together, you feel better. Let's take one more breath. Nicely done. Okay, now I'm going to see what you guys have been writing. Oh, thank you, Dr. Scott. It's good to have you here. Hi, Heather from Florida. Hi, Annette. What would you like to tap on today? I don't have any email suggestions that I felt like I needed to carry into the session today. So it's all on the table for you guys. I can pick the first topic. I go, oh, thank you, Annette. Okay, she says, overwhelm support, please. Launching a program in the fall, working on the companion book. You go, look at you. I'm an introvert who doesn't have much practice being out there. Okay, I hear you. And certainly that would add to it. I'm actually an introvert as well. And when I say that, people are usually shocked or they argue with me. But I truly am an introvert, but with a lot of practice of presenting. So that is helpful to have. I would like to have some clarification from you as to what aspect of it would be the most helpful for you to tap on. And I may not be the specific when we actually tap, but I just want to bring an awareness to anybody who's feeling an overwhelm or a nervousness about being seen and questions that you can ask yourself. So, what aspect of it is your concern? Is it, I'm not good enough in the way that I do it yet? I don't know how to do a good job yet. I'm going to mess it up and I'll lose my chance. And I'm going to offend people. They're not going to understand me. Um, I'm not good enough and it's going to create problems. Is it, I'm going to put myself out there in this vulnerable way and this opinion or this research that I'm expressing, and people are going to attack it. And maybe they're even going to be right about something. And then I'm going to be, I'm going to feel terrible. I'm going to feel invalidated. I'm going to feel like I shouldn't have bothered. Is it um, people aren't going to like me, that maybe they'll connect with the information that I'm giving, but I'm going to be too awkward. I'm not going to be pretty enough. I'm not going to be articulate enough. I'm not going to be able to do it with the technology applied. It's going to be too overwhelming. My particular personality isn't going to be appealing. In what ways Are you concerned you won't reach your goal? I am Mystic singing. No, I think it was user error. I had a microphone plugged in and I unplugged it, and I think it just confused the software. But it wasn't anything about you being enlightened enough for sure. Um, okay, so you don't want to offend. I will be awkward. Okay, so let's tap on being seen, and that you can focus on your concern that you will offend people by being seen as who you are and what you're expressing. If you don't have that particular concern, some other ways you can tap on being seen is, being rejected, being left alone, being criticized, gaining the attention of someone you don't want to gain the attention from. um, if you're not if none of this is ringing true, you can pick something else, whatever pops into your mind. But let's go ahead and just get going. Even though I have real concerns about being seen, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though right now, as I think about being seen, I have thoughts come up that are concerning, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Even though right now I can think of one or more things that I feel could get in my way of my goals of being seen, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. I accept that I have concerns. It's okay for me to have concerns. It's okay for me to feel unsure about something. Maybe this is connected to a vulnerability that I feel about myself, and maybe it isn't. Whether or not it's connected to a vulnerability that I feel about myself, I deeply and completely accept myself anyway. Maybe I'm feeling this because it's new. And it's possible that it's pulling on some old memories, some past experiences, some instances where I had a similar risk and I did not have a good outcome. But even if this is reminding me of something from my past, I give myself permission to recognize and accept this is different. This is very different than any other experience that I've ever had, even if some of the circumstances are similar. I wonder, how is it different? Well, I am different. I have tools, I have education, I have my passion, I have clarity, I have a desire. The ways that people connect right now are different. And there may be many other reasons that I can come up with that are different as well. Okay, so some things are different, but hmm, what if I still don't feel good? What if this still feels risky. Even if, as I consider all of the reasons why it's okay for me to feel nervous about being seen, or why putting myself out there in this way feels a little risky, I deeply and completely accept myself. Maybe what I'm hearing is a part of me saying, you know what? You're right. You're ready for this. But there's this piece, there's this piece right here somewhere inside that doesn't fit with what we're trying to do now. And it needs to be cared for, it needs to be resolved, it needs to be taken care of, or it's going to get in the way. So maybe some of what I'm feeling is coming from my brain telling me, yes, you're ready, but clear this out. And I can choose to clear it out whenever I want and however I want. Maybe it's something big, maybe it's something small. Maybe it's simple, maybe it's complex. Whatever way this experience that I have that may get in my way releases, I have choices. And I can choose to push forward and not address it. And even if I choose to do that, I can still be successful. I fully acknowledge I have accomplished a lot of things with all of these experiences carried around on my back. It's possible for me to be successful in this too. Oh, if I want to, I can release it. And maybe that will make things easier. Maybe it will make insights come faster or the creativity flow more. I'm sure there are benefits to releasing this, but it is not true that it is necessary to release all of my past before my future is successful. I am a complex being, and it is possible, and I have a lot of proof, it is possible for me to have things that I'm working on, things that I'm learning, things that I'm not perfect in yet, things that I'm a disaster in right now, and still be successful, completely successful, all the way successful in all the ways that I want to be successful. It might be more difficult carrying this around, or it might be more difficult to try and address it right now. Whichever one is best for me, I have the ability to know it. And I give myself permission to address it in the way that feels the most empowering for me. Being seen. Being seen as I am. Being seen where I'm polished. Being seen where I'm rough around the edges. In whatever way I'm able to show up, I give myself permission to receive my success in whatever gradient I'm able to show up in. That wasn't very clear. Sorry. I give myself permission. Let's try that again. I give myself permission to be completely successful with whatever amount of polished or unpolished effort that I put forward. And I give myself permission to continue on my own journey as I offer support and a space for others to also receive help on their journeys. And as I do this, I deeply and completely accept myself. Okay, and pause and take a breath. Nicely done. Okay, let's see. Hi, Khalid. It's nice to have you here. All right. What else would you guys like to tap on? Oh, good. I'm glad that that was helpful for you, Annette. Now, some of you might be typing, so I'll pause for just a second. Okay, question from Dr. Scott. Any particular reason we tapped only on the side of the hand point? Yes. So in general EFT, we're taught, about I think 12, 11 or 12 points. You only need one point ever because the point of the tapping is you are engaging the focus of your subconscious brain. So you can stay in one spot the entire time. You don't have to tap bilaterally when there's 2 points. You can do one. You can stay here the entire time. You don't have to. If I'm tapping on here and you're like, man, I wish she would move, feel free to move to other points, even though I'm not. I want you to feel empowered to tap in whatever way feels best for you. I stayed here for two reasons. One, because this point is known for if there's any, what's the word I'm looking for? Feedback. I can't think of the word I want. When you're tapping, so if I'm allowed to do this, and your brain says, no, you're not, then this is a spot that's good to stay on for that. And believing in yourself tends to have a lot of that type of response. So I like to stay on the hand for that reason. But also, it's just easier. You don't have to think about things. If I'm moving, then you guys are looking at me going, oh, did she move? Okay, I'm really into, oh, I'm really feeling this. Wait, did she move? I don't want you thinking and wondering, am I doing this right? Do I need to follow? Am I missing something? And since one spot is all you need, I want to allow you to have that opportunity to sink into your own experience as much as possible. Now, there are times I will move around if I feel it's an energetic consideration more than a tapping consideration of, yeah, let's shift all of this because it is different meridians, there are different considerations in that line of thought. But as far as EFT in its own box goes, this is completely sufficient. Okay. that's as in depth as I'm going to go for now. Self pushback. That's a good way to put it. Yes. Anytime you have pushback. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you did move to the other points. Yay. Way to go. I'm glad you did that. Okay. All right. Who wants to throw in a suggestion? I'll give you a second. I don't want you to feel pressured. So I'll wait for someone to type in. If you don't, then I will select something that we can tap on. I know that physical body is always something that's really popular. Something we haven't tapped on for a while is something that we want that we don't have, like maybe energy or feeling more peace or feeling happier. We can even tap on something specific like boosting the dopamine in the body, boosting the immune system of the body. Um, Traffic phobia. Okay. And intense food cravings. Perfect. We haven't done either of those. So let's jump into those. Okay. Um, m- menu, menu, Minuet Maya. Sorry if I'm not saying that right. Your traffic phobia. What is it that you're feeling? Are you worried about there's so many other components in play? You don't feel in control of the situation. You feel like at any second someone's just going to hit you, that there's someone that's going to intentionally harm you. What particular fear is it that you experience when you're in traffic? Crossing city streets. Okay. All right. Since this is a phobia and it's a little bit specific, what I'm going to do is open it up in terms of what it means as the words I'm using, but I want you to choose words that make it more specific to you. So, phobias are something that you feel strong feelings about. Typically, it's fear when you've never had a bad experience with it. So, like a fear of heights, a fear of elevators, a fear of spiders, a fear of traffic. It can be of anything. People have fears of things that you normally wouldn't even think about, like buttons, and it's real. It's an actual visceral response in their body. Um, so I'm just going to use the words, even though I have this phobia. So I'm going to make it very, very open ended. I want you to say, even though I have this, um, even though I feel very vulnerable when I cross city streets. Okay. I'm assuming you're talking about walking across. Um, use that language. Okay. Let's talk. Even though right now, as I consider this phobia, I feel it having a response in my body. I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though right now, as I consider this response in my body and I'm not sure what to do about it, I choose to deeply and completely accept myself anyway. Even though right now, as I consider this phobia, how it's affecting me, I choose to deeply and completely accept myself anyway. This phobia, this response in my body, this phobia, the emotions in my body, this phobia, my thoughts, this phobia, my actions, this phobia, my life. Even though the big emotions I feel from this phobia are affecting my life, I deeply and completely accept myself anyway. And I wonder, is it necessary? Is it necessary for me to feel these feelings? Yes, absolutely. No, not at all. Whatever I feel on the spectrum between yes and no about these feelings, I accept it and I'm open to hearing myself about why I feel this way. I wonder, is it valid for me to be concerned about crossing city streets? Yes. Yeah, there's real concern there. Absolutely, there is. There are lots of things that I can consider that are wise for me to be on alert for: cars, debris, other people. As I consider the validity of this concern, I deeply and completely accept myself. I wonder, Is the way I'm alert helping me? Or am I just in a constant state of overwhelm about it? Is it something where I feel empowered or where I feel helpless? Whether I feel empowered or helpless by how I feel about this vulnerability right now, I deeply and completely accept myself. It's okay that I feel this way. I have a lot of reasons why this would make a lot of sense for me to feel this way about it. But I wonder, is it possible for me to adjust that? Can I find a way to be completely alert, as safe as possible, and feel empowered in doing so? What would I need in order to feel empowered? Well, it'd be nice if the circumstances were perfect. And that's true, but I don't have control over that. Is there something else? I wonder, how much do I trust myself? Do I trust that I will notice? Do I trust that I will judge correctly? Do I trust that I will have the response necessary to help myself should there be a need? As I consider the amount of trust that I have in my own ability, I deeply and completely accept myself anyway. I may have very, very little trust. I may have a decent amount of trust. Wherever I am on that right now, it's okay. It's likely been influenced by a lot of situations over a long period of time. So I wonder, what can I do to adjust that right now so I don't have to wait to fix all that stuff in order to feel safe as I engage in this activity? What if before I started my engagement, I tapped and had a quick conversation with myself and just took an assessment? And I said something like, "Hi, self, we're about to go out. We're about to do this thing. We are aware there are some risks. What percentage do we feel safe right now? To what percentage do we feel safe for this particular outing?" And as I receive that number, I choose to deeply and completely accept it. Then maybe I could ask myself, okay, self, what can we do to feel the best possible as we feel this percentage of safe right now? Would it be applying a brighter color? Would it be carrying an umbrella to be more visible? Would it be allowing myself permission to choose a different time? Whatever I hear as my inner ask to feel more safe, I give myself permission to honor it. Now, I may be pretty good at this at first. I may feel a lot of resistance in honoring myself and in allowing myself to feel more safe in ways that I have the ability to give to myself. Whether I'm really good at this adjustment or it's a struggle for me, hold space for myself to make progress. And however I make progress in this, I deeply and completely accept it. This phobia, my safety, my empowerment, my choices, my journey. And I deeply and completely accept myself. Deep breath. Nicely done. I hope that that was helpful. Let me go back to other comments. Okay, Dr. Scott with physical. Oh, e-bikes. Okay. Look out for golf carts as well. Okay, well, hopefully that as a whole um, feels better. Okay, good. Um, I'm going to go into the eating, and then Dr. Scott, we will finish off with physical. Okay, without really having time to dig deep into this, we'll just jump into it and we'll kind of explore along the way. Oh, thank you, Edwin, for clarifying. I ate sweets, and until I eat something, I'm preoccupied with wanting to eat. When I do, the feeling disappears. Do you feel relief when you eat the sweets? And are you able to fall asleep? And do you feel stressed before you eat it? And do you feel relief after you eat it? Yes, to both. Okay. All right. So, um, this is likely hitting on a survival response that is looking for nourishment. Sorry, I'm just not expressing it very well. Um, when we start to reach a relaxed state, that can feel vulnerable to the brain because our alertness goes down. What it wants is to feel alert. If we're in a heightened state, it wants your emotions and your metabolism to match that. Sugar can then feel relieving. Also, there are implications with ADHD as well. There are multiple reasons why that can be a thing. So basically, you're self medicating. If it's something that feels relieving, it's a solution for you in some way. Okay. So let's approach this by way of um, even though I have this solution that I believe uh, has negative consequences. Okay. As I consider this solution that I have, and I feel it's not a good solution because of the negative consequences associated with it, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though right now I feel confused because my body is asking for something and I'm told it's negative to give it what it wants, but I feel better when I do, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Even though right now, this problem that I have and the solution that I have doesn't make any sense according to nutrition and health, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. This issue, this issue in my body, this issue in my mind, in my thoughts, this issue in my emotions. My solution, this solution that I have, this solution that works, this solution that isn't healthy, whether or not I believe that my current solution is healthy, I deeply and completely accept myself. Whether or not I really have a desire to change this solution, I deeply and completely accept myself. Maybe all I want is validation because I do feel better. I'm listening to my body. I don't see the problem. Maybe I do see the problem, but I'm clueless as to how to make it any different when this is so clearly the solution. Even though right now I might be experiencing a lot of back and forth thoughts about this problem and solution, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself and hold space for more clarity. My solution, clarity for my solution. I wonder, am I aware of what this is solving for me? Do I know why I crave sugar? I know I want it. I know I feel the craving. I know when it happens. And I know that I feel better once I receive it. But do I understand why? Maybe I'm hypoglycemic and it's been too long since I've had something to eat, and my body's begging me for a little bit of something, and I didn't hear it until it reaches that point. Maybe I live at a very high level of stress, and sugar is easy energy for my brain. And maybe by that time of night, it's just emptied out and it's asking for more. Maybe there's some other reason, something that isn't well known or isn't known at all right now. I wonder, how can I figure it out? How can I figure out if this is something that is me listening to a need and it's healthy for me to find a way to engage it? Or if it's harmful and it's something that I should be ignoring and shifting, I wonder, how can I figure that out? Even though right now I have a solution, but I'm not sure if it's the one I should have, I deeply and completely accept myself, and I'm open to discovering my answer. Obviously, I'm capable of discovering solutions because I already have one. And I know that the solution works because I know how to recognize in myself that it's been satisfied. So I can feel confidence in myself, and I give myself permission to feel confidence in my ability to discern my solutions. Okay. Well, now that I have clarified that, I wonder how can I test my solution to see if it's really, really what I'm after or not. Maybe as I feel the need for my solution, I can offer it to myself and just not take it yet. Maybe I can hold my solution. And I'm not saying no, I'm not denying it, but I'm offering it to myself and just waiting to see if the comfort of allowing myself the solution was all I needed. And then I don't have a desire to continue with it. Or maybe I will still desire to have it. Okay, that's one way. Maybe I could think of comforting things to engage in. I could take my solution and say, yes, this is my solution, but first I'm going to lay down on my back and stretch my legs. I'm going to curl up in a blanket. I'm going to watch something funny for 5 minutes. I allow myself to have my solution that I currently have as I seek to find an upgrade. And maybe I'll find an upgrade. Maybe I won't. But either way, I give myself permission to have the solution that I currently have so that I can feel better as I'm exploring. Allowing my solution, allowing my solution as I explore, allowing my solution as I clarify, allowing myself to feel confident in my ability to discern what I'm feeling and what my body's response is as I explore a possible upgrade. I may find an upgrade real fast. I may not really discover much of anything at first. I may be hesitant to engage this. I might be ready to try this tonight. In whatever way I choose to discover this, I give myself permission to do it on my time, and my terms, and my standards. Because I do know that it is a real solution for me. And it's okay for me to have a solution. And it's okay for me to keep my solution as I look for a potential upgrade. My solution, my upgrade. And as I continue to trust myself and my ability to discern however these experimentations turn out, I deeply and completely accept myself. Pause and take a breath. Food is one of those areas that gets demonized so fast. especially depending on what your body goals might be, other medical considerations. Not to say that those aren't real, but um, that's the reason this engagement is happening, is that that is a solution to something, and figuring out what that something is what will help you in adjusting the outcome, right? So allowing yourself to not judge where you are, and just being curious and truly supporting yourself, and feeling good about the solution that you do have is going to make it way easier for all parts of you to agree to finding an upgrade if one exists. So, okay. I'm going to go a few minutes over today just because of the mishaps that happened, probably about 5 minutes. And we are going to do physical body. I'm going to see what you guys are saying real fast. Okay, guys are sharing. I love that. Okay, nice. Yay. I'm glad that was helpful, Edwin. You're so welcome. Okay, we're going to tap on the physical body. And Dr. Scott, yours was very specific. Um, what I'm going to choose for tapping, because I know um, bodies have long-standing issues, right? And we can get really trapped in trying to find where's the thing, where's the thing, where's the thing, so I can just ugh, get rid of it. But if you've ever seen the example of a dirty glass, it's got like this much liquid in it and it's got dirt in there, and you try to scoop the dirt out and you're scooping out the water while you do it, you're never going to get all the dirt out. But if you take a pitcher of clean water and you fill that glass up, it's going to push all the dirt out. We're going to approach the physical body in that way right now. Just going to be a quick tap, but hopefully it feels really good. Okay. As I consider the current state of my body and all the feelings I feel about it, and all of the specifics that I can point out, I choose right now to deeply and completely accept myself. I choose right now, however irrational it may feel or sound, I 100% accept my body. As I consider all of these things about my body, I choose, however irrational, to deeply and completely accept it anyway. Bodies are amazing. They are incredibly complex, and they have healing abilities that we still don't completely understand. My body right now may not be exactly where I want it. And it's okay if I've been focusing on that. And it's okay if I have feelings about that, even really, really big feelings about that. I give myself permission to set those down just for right now and become curious. I wonder, could it be beneficial for me to give myself permission to receive, to receive energy, to receive good thought, to receive healing, even if this sounds a little weird, even if it's not common or usual for me to speak this way? I wonder, could it in some way help? After all, our thoughts in our minds have a real effect on our bodies. What if, as radical as it sounds, what if I could offer myself a positive thought to have a physical positive outcome? Okay, I will hold space for that, but I wonder, how can I make that happen? Well, maybe I'll find something that feels really good, whether it's a temperature thing where it's a warm blanket or a warm cup of something, and allow that goodness, to see that goodness entering my body and it being healing for me. Or if it's something that's cooling, and that sensation is just wonderful for me, and I allow that. I identify that when I feel that on or in my body, I say, aha, healing. Or anytime I smile, or anytime I laugh. And I prescribe myself. I say, you know what? I need my laugh medicine because that's healing. What if I tagged enjoyable things in my life and connected them to healing? And I told myself, body, I give you permission to heal. I give you permission to heal every time we feel good, every time we have something that's enjoyable. I give you permission for that to be healing, for it to lessen my inflammation, for it to allow cells to grow in a healthy pattern, to allow wounds or lesions to strengthen and heal, to allow my immunity to boost, to allow my bones to get stronger. Yes, yes, please. If it is possible to make yourself sick because of worry and create physical ulcers in your stomach, I 100% believe that I can do the reverse. And maybe I'm on board and I'm so ready for this. Maybe I'm still really skeptical. To whatever degree I can lean into this right now, I hold space for myself to give it a try. I can give it a try, even if it doesn't work. What have I lost? But what if it does? What if it does work? I could gain health. Ooh, but do I want to gain health in this way? This is weird. This is a weird way to gain health. I think people would judge me if I gained health in this way. So maybe I should not really give it a try and just say I gave it a try. Even if I have some pushback about how I feel about healing in this way, I still hold space to give it a try and to be curious about it. I don't have to tell anyone. I don't even have to talk to myself about it. Wherever my comfort level on this is, I give myself permission to give it a try. I give myself permission to focus on the positive, and I give myself permission to receive as much positive as I can possibly handle. And whether or not I'm good at this, and whether or not it's awkward, and whether or not it's any fun, I appreciate that I have the opportunity to give this a try. Because maybe, just maybe, it'll make a big difference for me. And it's something that I can always use as a term of support. Support for me, support for my body, support for my health, support for my future, support for my good vibes. And as I give myself this permission, I deeply and completely accept myself. Pause and take a deep breath. Now, resistance on that is such a societal thing, right? Because you can sit and talk to most people and just lay out all of the negatives of something and oh yeah, absolutely, that makes sense. I can validate you in that. But if you lay out all the positives of oh my gosh, if I go out grocery shopping today, this could happen and this could happen and this could happen, and the response is usually yeah, but that's you're a little bit crazy. You know that, right? Like why are you that's not logical to think all of those things. There's a bias towards negative thinking, and there's reasons behind that that are a survival thing. But um, the subconscious brain does not work in rationality. So be as irrational as you want to be. Just remember to tap while you're doing it so that the subconscious can hear it, so that it can give you floods of chemicals to assist your body in the way that you're thinking. And if you're thinking incredibly positive, your subconscious brain is going to adjust your body to fit that. I'm actually going, okay, we're going to do one thing real fast. It's really funny. So if you can stay for it, it'll be just like 2 or 3 more minutes. I'm going to show you how this can work. If you give a signal to your body to shift, uh, and then how it can respond in a physical way. Okay, so just take real quick 0 to 10. Where do you feel? How does your body feel right now? I feel okay. I've got a little bit of pain. I've got some stiffness. So I'm going to rate myself at like a 6. Okay, so just real quick overall feel. Now we're going to, for 10 seconds, we're going to smile. Okay, and it can be real smile, fake smile, doesn't matter. Okay, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and relax your face. And just take stock again. Did your number change? I'm not feeling the pain in my body nearly as much as I was. I would say that I went up from a 6 to an 8. Wait, 10 being like feeling the best. I'm kind of doing the scale. Okay. 0 being, oh, I don't feel good at all. 10 being, wow, I feel amazing. I went from like a 6 to an 8. There's another step. Now we're going to laugh. Okay. We're going to force laugh, fake laugh, make it as ridiculous as you can. If you can't, because of the space that you're in, that's okay. Just listen to me laugh. It'll make you laugh. Okay. Ready? Here we go for 10 seconds. Okay. So now, after laughing for 10 seconds, first, did you start to laugh for real? I know my family's going like, what is going on in there? Um, but how are you feeling? How are you feeling in your body? I was feeling pain in my back. It's completely gone now. I gave my brain signals, 1, smiling, 2, laughing. I was feeling really good. And what happens as a result is my brain releases happy chemicals so that my feelings match my actions. That's how powerful it can be to have these irrational, happy thoughts. So I hope at the very least you were entertained by that, but hopefully you got more than that out of it. Have a wonderful week. Thank you for spending this time with me. I will be thinking about you. If you want to ask me any questions, if you have a suggestion for next week's tap, you can email me. It is amanda@eftuniverse.com. I will be thinking about you. I look forward to seeing you next week, 1 p.m. Pacific time on this channel next Tuesday. Mwah. Take care. Bye.